What's up, guys? It's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com, and we got a fire Madden 20 tip for you guys today. I'm about to release an unstoppable, strong, close run scheme, two-play run scheme that will beat any of the meta run defenses out there. And over the course of the next 2 or so weeks, I'm actually going to release all of my favorite Madden 20 run plays, run schemes, run glitches, motion glitches, all of that. And we're starting off with a banger from the Oakland playbook, but really any playbook with strong, close will do for the most part. Now, guys, I feel like I'm the only person out there on YouTube especially that's broken down the run game at a high level this year. Most people think it's just simple, just run the ball, but it's really not. It's all about using motions and audibles to gain an advantage. And if you guys paid attention to my channel, you've seen that in all of my breakdowns, I get very detailed in how to beat all these meta run defenses out there with motion, audibles, and whatnot, when to run each play against what defenses. And this is what you have to do to beat these high-level run defenses, guys. If you watch the Madden Bowl, if you watch competitive Madden this year, you'll see that all the best runners, whether it's someone like Joke or Volterex that have won tournaments running the ball every play, they don't just come out here and pick a run play and hike the ball. They're constantly audibling between formations or using motion to gain an advantage. And you have to do that this year because really the most effective run defenses are man-to-man based, and you have to use motion to beat them for the most part. Now, what I'm about to show you can work whether it's zone or man, but it's really the man run defense that you really need to worry about. So we're going to show you guys how to kill them with this scheme. Now, before we go any further, I do want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button in the corner of the video and turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on our videos. I can promise you guys, you're not going to want to miss out on these videos I'm going to be posting as we get into Madden 21. I got a lot of fire content. I'm about to release all my secrets from this year for you guys on this channel for free. Now, if you're rocking with me and like my content, smash that like button, guys. It really does help out a lot and makes it me be able to do these videos for you, on an ongoing basis. So, strong close, we got this. We're going to put the dive, and we're going to put the outside zone in our run, in our audibles for the run. So, let's look at the dive first, and then we'll look at the outside zone. So, I mean, these are effective whether they're in, really any sort of run defense, but I'll show you the two most common man-to-man examples are going to be this 3-3-5 wide where they spy the safeties, and then obviously the 3-4 odd edge blitz style defense. Now, this stuff works, like I said, whether they're in man or zone, whether they want to play these or cover 4, cover 2. It doesn't really matter. But what you want to do here is just motion the tight end from the right to the left, and you would actually see this a lot if you watch the Madden Bowl, 4 or 5 yards. Like, if you actually have a fast running back, like if you play MUT, you have Bo Jackson or something, or a human joystick, I can promise you guys, you will get a lot of crib shots using this tactic. So as you guys can see there, that guy got blocked. I only got about 3 or so yards there because someone shedded. But you guys can see the safety got blocked real well. And I was able to almost break out of there. Let's try that again, see if we can get them not to shed this time. But as you guys can see, when he motions this guy over, the safety actually moves down. That happens every time they're in cover 1 contained. And that's what allows you guys to get that big running lane against this pretty much normally lockdown type run defense. So take a look. You guys can see again what's going to happen is basically that the dive, is going to get great blocking. You can cut it back and, you almost get a crib shot here. So again, this is extremely good blocking for the dive. Most of the time, you're not going to get this type of great blocking against this run D. Like I said, you pick up this type of yardage consistently, you're doing something good here because this is the best, most consistent, I would say, run defense in the game right now. Like, this is a really hard run defense to consistently move the ball on. So we'll take that every time. Now, you can do this against the 3-5 wide, or even you can do this against edge blitz and the 3-4 odd. It really doesn't matter. Now, I will tell you that if they're not playing man-to-man, you really don't have to even do this motion. This motion is just if they're in man-to-man, to be quite honest. But here, we'll take a look. Look at how we're going to do the motion again. And what's this going to do is, again, it's going to seal that edge on the left and allow you to potentially cut back if you want to. But if not, you can just take it right up the middle. So you guys can see right there, I stumbled or else I was one-on-one with the safety for a touchdown. Let's show y'all one more time how well this works. And again, you don't always have to, go a certain way when you do this. You can just read your blocks and, kind of just cut based upon what you're seeing. And that's why having a running back that has high speed or even maybe human's joystick is so good, because you can, read your blocks, make quicker cuts, and if you're out, you're truly out. Someone slow like Derrick Henry, not necessarily always going to get you the best yardage. All right, so we're going to do the same motion if they're in zone. This is cover 4, and I'll show you an example of cover 2 also. But, whether they pinch their line or not, we're going to do the same motion, and it works. As you guys can see here, you just make your read, cut whichever way you see the opening, and you're going to be good. They can do cover 2 as well. We're going to switch it to cover 2. Same really concept. Just motion this guy over. And again, we just pick our lane to run. It's a lot easier, honestly, against zone because we're not having to really manipulate anything. We just gotta read our blocks. It's 1,000 times easier, honestly, against zone. So if we see zone, we're kind of licking our chops because it's super easy. Okay, guys, now I want to look at this outside zone. So outside zone to me is really, really good against 3-3-5 wide with the safety spies. 3-3-5 wide, when you use this motion I'm about to show you guys from the outside zone, gets absolutely killed. And you probably saw this a lot if you watched the Madden Bowl against 3-3-5 wide. This is one of the more popular motions there is in the game against this run D. But I will say, and I'll explain it afterwards, you don't want to use this exact motion against every run D out there. Like the dive is pretty more consistent, I would say. But basically, you just motion this guy over, and you can try to snap the ball right away, or you can just wait for him to set. And what happens is those guys, their alignment is messed up. So now, as you guys can see, it's very easy to get to the outside for big runs. So now I'm going to look at it one more time, just so you guys can see that it works very well. It's not inconsistent, but you just motion this guy over, and you're going to see that, again, those guys will follow. The one does try to go back, but we can do it, get to the outside. We got good blocking, and it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty easy to do. We actually get a touchdown here. Now, you can do this flipped or not flipped. It doesn't really matter. So let's look at this flip now. So when we flip it, it still can work very well. Again, we're going to do the same motion. Motion this guy over. And bam. You have some easy yardage to the outside. Break a tackle. Might get a crib shot. Now we're going to take a look at the replay, and I want to explain something with this run. So overall, with this run, I find that the outside zone is much more effective against 3-5 wide with safeties and spies than it is 3-4 odd. I don't like using it as much against 3-4 odd. Basically, this is how I do it. If I see 3-5 wide, I like running this outside zone and the dive. Like, I mix them in together. Now, if I see 3-4 odd, I like to stick with the dive. I think the dive works better against 3-4 odd. Now, zone defense in general, I prefer the dive because it just tears up zone. It's easy to cut one way or the other, and you don't really necessarily need, if you're running outside zone, you really wouldn't want to use motion against zone because you're really just taking away from your blocking. But with dive, it actually helps your blocking because you're going to seal the edge on both sides now with the fullback and tight end, so you can just make cuts better. Whereas outside zone, it's not really a run you want to cut one way or the other. You really only just want to run it to the strong side. So that's the best way I can explain it. Basically, at the end of the day, if you see 3-5 wide, the outside zone works really, really well. It kills it. If you see 3-4 odd, I prefer the dive. In general, I think the dive works against more defenses because you can run the dive against man or zone, 3-5 wide, 3-4 odd, whatever. Whereas the outside zone just really beats man to man D, I would say, more than zone. And mostly I would say 3-5 wide overall. So this is the strong close. Like I said, it's in the Oakland book. But, obviously, strong close is in many other playbooks as well. Hope you all enjoy it, man. Smash that like button. Like I said, we're going to be releasing more run glitches and schemes over the course of the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that.